Birth of Ishmael. Abram talking in their tent. As time went on, Sarai became concerned that she had not yet borne Abram a child. She suggested that Abram have a child with her servant, Hagar. Hagar holding baby Ishmael. Abram agreed, and Hagar gave birth to Ishmael. But this brought tension into the household. Sarai became jealous, and Hagar felt mistreated. Yet God promised that Ishmael would also become a great nation. The covenant and name change. God speaking to Abram in a vision. When Abram was 99 years old, God appeared to him again. God reaffirmed his covenant, promising that Abram would be the father of many nations. He changed Abram's name to Abraham, which means father of many. Sarai's name was also changed to Sarah, meaning princess. Abraham and Sarah laughing together. God promised that Sarah would bear a son, and they would name him Isaac. Though they both laughed at the idea of having a child in their old age, they believed God would fulfill his promise. The birth of Isaac. Sarah holding baby Isaac, both smiling. A year later, Sarah gave birth to Isaac. His name means laughter, reflecting the joy and amazement they felt. Isaac was the child through. Years passed without a child. The birth of Ishmael. Abram talking in their tent. As time went on, Sarai became concerned that she had not yet borne Abram a child. She suggested that Abram have a child with her servant, Hagar. Hagar holding baby Ishmael. Abram agreed, and Hagar gave birth to Ishmael. But this brought tension into the household. Sarai became jealous, and Hagar felt mistreated. Yet God promised that Ishmael would also become a great nation. The covenant and name change. God speaking to Abram in a vision. When Abram was 99 years old, God appeared to him again. God reaffirmed his covenant, promising that Abram would be the father of many nations. He changed Abram's name to Abraham, which means father of many. Sarai's name was also changed to Sarah, meaning princess. Abraham and Sarah laughing together. God promised that Sarah would bear a son, and they would name him Isaac. Though they both laughed at the idea of having a child in their old age, they believed God would fulfill his promise. The birth of Isaac. Sarah holding baby Isaac, both smiling. A year later, Sarah gave birth to Isaac. His name means laughter, reflecting the joy and amazement they felt. Isaac was the child through whom God's promises would be fulfilled. Abraham and Sarah with Isaac as he grows. Isaac grew up knowing he was a special child. Abraham taught him to trust in God, just as he had done. Isaac's birth marked the beginning of the fulfillment of God's covenant with Abraham. The test of faith. God speaking to Abraham, asking him to sacrifice Isaac. But then came a test. A test that would challenge Abraham's faith like never before. God asked Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, his beloved son. Abraham and Isaac climbing a mountain, with Isaac carrying wood. With a heavy heart, Abraham obeyed. He and Isaac climbed Mount Moriah, where Abraham prepared to sacrifice his son. But just as he raised the knife, an angel of God called out to stop him. Abraham finding a ram in the thicket. God provided a ram to be sacrificed in Isaac's place. Abraham passed the test of faith, proving his trust in God's promises. Because of his obedience, God reaffirmed his covenant, promising to bless Abraham and his descendants. Abraham's legacy. Abraham surrounded by his descendants. Abraham lived a long life, and his faithfulness left a legacy that continues to this day. He is considered the father of the Jewish, Christian, and Islamic faiths. Modern scene of people reading the Bible. The story of Abraham is a powerful reminder of the importance of faith and obedience. Through him, God showed that he keeps his promises, no matter how impossible they seem. God's promises to Abraham. Thank you for joining us on Best Bible Story. The story of Abraham teaches us that faith can move mountains and that God is always faithful to his promises. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to leave a comment below. Until next time, keep your faith strong and your heart open to God's promises.